Something strange is happening behind the scenes of Hudson Rex. Fans are whispering, headlines are popping up, and one question has taken over the internet. Did John Reardon, the man who brings Detective Charlie Hudson to life, actually get fired? Or did he fire someone else? Season 8 hasn't even finished airing, yet rumors are spreading faster than ever. Some say there's real drama on set. Others claim it's just a misunderstanding, but the truth might be deeper and more surprising than anyone expected. For years, Hudson Rex has been one of those comfort shows that fans keep returning to, full of loyalty, teamwork, and trust between a man and his dog. At its heart, it's about Detective Charlie Hudson, played by John Reardon, and his loyal canine partner Rex, a German shepherd who's more than just a dog. He's a hero. Together, they solve crimes, chase bad guys, and share moments that make viewers laugh and cry. Since its first episode, the show has built a deep bond with fans, becoming a must-watch for people who love light-hearted police dramas with heart. But behind all the smiles and action-packed scenes, something unexpected seems to be happening. In the past few months, online forums and fan groups have been filled with discussions about the future of the show. Viewers notice something unusual. John Reardon, who usually appears active in promoting new seasons, was suddenly silent. No interviews, no behind-the-scenes clips, and no casual social media posts. It didn't take long for fans to start asking, is something wrong? When a show runs for many seasons, it's common for rumors to come and go. Maybe someone's contract is being renewed, or maybe there's a creative break. But this time the chatter sounded different. There were whispers that a big argument had taken place on set, possibly between John and someone in the production team. Some fans even speculated that he was unhappy with how the new season was written. Others believed that his absence meant he had been fired or walked away from the show. In the entertainment industry, silence can be louder than words. Every move, or lack of one, becomes a clue for fans and media to interpret. When John didn't appear in promotional materials for the first few episodes of Hudson Rex Season 8, theories exploded. Reddit threads popped up overnight, YouTube channels began analyzing his interviews, and entertainment blogs hinted that a major cast shakeup was coming. But was there any truth behind the noise? Before jumping to conclusions, it's important to remember how close John is to the Hudson Rex family. He's been part of the show since day one and has often spoken about his love for working with Diesel vom Bergenwald, the real-life dog who plays Rex. The two share an unbreakable bond, both on-screen and off. Crew members have described John as one of the most dedicated and kind actors they've ever worked with, so the idea that he could fire someone, or be fired himself, didn't seem to fit his personality. Still, in television, strange things can happen. Contracts get complicated, scripts change direction. Even small misunderstandings can grow into full-blown rumors once fans start connecting dots that may not even exist. The question remained, was this just another case of online overreaction? Or was there truly tension building behind the cameras? As the noise grew, even loyal fans began to feel uneasy. They wanted answers, but none were coming. The show's official pages stayed silent. Cast members avoided the topic. And John Reardon himself kept his distance from social media, making fans even more suspicious. Some thought it was a sign that something serious had happened. Others believed it was a smart move, staying quiet while the internet burned itself out. What most people forget is that actors often take breaks for personal reasons. Some step back for family, others to rest after long filming schedules. In John's case, he's known to value his privacy deeply. He's not the kind of celebrity who shares every detail online. So while fans worried that the lack of updates meant he was leaving the show, it might have just been his way of keeping a low profile during production. The first signs of trouble were subtle. A missed press event here, a cast photo without him there, but fans noticed everything. Soon, screenshots and posts spread across fan pages with captions like, "Where's John?" and "Did they replace him?" The show's 8th season was still filming, and tension among viewers kept growing. Everyone wanted to know, is this the end of Charlie Hudson? At this point, it wasn't just a question of curiosity. It became a mystery of its own. Much like the cases Hudson Rex solve on TV, fans were determined to uncover the truth, no matter how small the clues. But as we'll soon see, not everything is as it seems in the world of show business. Sometimes the truth hides behind timing, contracts, and creative twists that even the actors themselves can't talk about. At least, not yet. It started quietly, like a whisper drifting through the cracks of social media. A few fans noticed something odd, a production photo without John Reardon. Then, a week later, a behind-the-scenes clip surfaced online showing the rest of the cast filming what looked like a key episode. But Hudson wasn't there. That was all it took for the rumor mill to explode. Within hours, posts were spreading across Reddit, TikTok, and fan forums. People were asking the same question: where is John Reardon? And more importantly, what happened on set? At first, most fans brushed it off. Maybe he was shooting a separate scene. Maybe the photo was old. But then, the show's official Instagram account posted a teaser for Season 8. And again, no sign of John. Not even a single mention of Detective Charlie Hudson. The caption simply read, "Big changes are coming to St. John's Major Crimes Unit." That line sent fans spiraling. What kind of big changes could the show make without its lead detective? Soon, speculation turned into full-blown theories. Some claimed John had creative disagreements with the production team over the direction of the new season. Others believed he wanted to take a break or even quit acting for a while. But the most shocking theory of all was that John Reardon himself had fired someone, a member of the crew or possibly another actor, after a heated argument on set. The claim came from a gossip post that spread faster than wildfire, even though it offered no proof. Still, in the age of social media, it didn't matter if it was true. People believed what they wanted to believe. Within days, entertainment blogs picked up the story. Headlines screamed John Reardon in trouble, and Hudson and Rex star facing set drama. YouTube commentators began making long videos analyzing his body language in past interviews, looking for clues that something had been wrong all along. It became a digital detective case, one that even Rex would have struggled to solve. Meanwhile, the production company stayed silent. No denial, no confirmation, nothing. That silence only made things worse. Fans interpreted every quiet day as a sign of guilt, assuming something must have gone terribly wrong. One online post claimed that an anonymous crew member had hinted that Reardon wasn't easy to work with during Season 8. Another said the producers were re-evaluating the direction of the show. But again, none of these claims were backed by evidence. They were shadows, rumors feeding off each other until they looked like truth. The tension grew when a fan spotted Diesel, the dog who plays Rex, filming with another actor during an outdoor shoot. A blurry photo captured what appeared to be a new detective beside Rex, and it went viral within hours. People began to panic. Had Reardon been replaced? Some even declared the show was over without him. After all, Hudson and Rex without Hudson isn't really Hudson and Rex at all. As days turned into weeks, the mystery deepened. Even cast members who usually interacted with fans online seemed unusually quiet. Maikon Nguyen, who plays Sarah Truong, posted a cryptic story saying, "Sometimes change is hard, but it's necessary." That single sentence fueled an entirely new round of speculation. Fans connected the dots, or tried to, saying it confirmed something big had happened behind the scenes. What made things worse was the emotional investment of the fans. For them, John Reardon wasn't just an actor. He was the heart of the show. His chemistry with Rex was what made Hudson and Rex so special. So the idea that he might be gone, or worse, fired, hit hard. Some fans even started online petitions asking the network for answers. Others demanded the return of the real Hudson. But the truth is, none of the so-called insiders or anonymous leaks had the full picture. In television, rumors often start when people misread normal production changes. Sometimes actors film on different schedules, sometimes scripts are rewritten, and sometimes a storyline is designed to make fans wonder what's happening. After all, suspense drives attention, and attention keeps a show alive. Could it be that all this drama was part of the plan? Even John's silence became part of the mystery. Normally, he would post a few words of appreciation to the fans, but this time he didn't say a thing. No interviews, no tweets, no appearances. To the audience, it felt like confirmation that something was wrong. But those who knew John described him as someone who values privacy more than publicity. He's never been the kind to jump into online debates or address gossip. In fact, some insiders claimed he was quietly watching the chaos unfold, waiting for the perfect moment to let the truth surface. And while fans were busy arguing online, the show's producers remained focused on completing Season 8. Scenes were being filmed, scripts were being finalized, and the production team. There was no pause, no shutdown, only silence. But in that silence, fans imagined chaos. The rumor became the story, overshadowing the real work being done behind the cameras. By now, the situation had taken on a life of its own. What started as a few missing photos had turned into an internet-wide investigation. Everyone wanted to be the first to uncover the truth. But as we'll discover in the next part, the truth was far more grounded and far less dramatic than the rumors made it out to be. Yet it revealed something important about how quickly fiction can turn into fact in the world of fame. Sometimes it's not about what really happened. It's about what people want to believe happened. And in the case of Hudson and Rex, That belief was powerful enough to make the entire fandom hold its breath. As the online storm swirled louder, new whispers began to take shape. Whispers that painted a picture of tension, frustration, and a behind-the-scenes clash no one saw coming. Some said it was a disagreement about creative direction. Others insisted there had been a personal fallout between John Reardon and one of the producers. But no matter where the story began, it soon turned into something much bigger. A full-blown tale of conflict that fans couldn't stop talking about. It all started with a single tweet. A background crew member who claimed to have worked on the Season 8 set posted a vague message. Sometimes people forget that dogs aren't the only ones who can bite. It was quickly deleted, but not before fans took screenshots and spread it everywhere. That one sentence set off another wave of theories. Was this about Diesel, the dog who plays Rex, or about John Reardon himself? The ambiguity was the fuel the internet needed. Everyone interpreted it differently, and soon the story spun out of control. Some fans claimed that John had been unhappy with how much focus the writers were giving to supporting characters, feeling it pulled away from the core bond between Hudson and Rex. Others speculated that an argument had broken out during filming, one so heated it halted production for a day. A few gossip pages even suggested that Reardon had crossed a line by confronting someone in the production team. But as always, there was no proof. Just rumors, layered, exaggerated, and repeated until they sounded almost believable. But what made people latch onto the story was how quiet John stayed through it all. His silence was interpreted as guilt. Fans asked, if nothing happened, why won't he say something? But those who have followed his career knew that Reardon had always been reserved. He's never been one to chase attention or defend himself online. He lets his work speak. Yet in this digital age, silence feels like confession, and every day without an update added weight to the mystery. Behind the scenes, however, there were signs that things were not nearly as dramatic as the internet imagined. A few insiders later revealed that Season 8 had gone through major rewrites. The showrunners wanted to take the story in a darker, more emotional direction, exploring Hudson's personal struggles and giving Rex new challenges. Reardon was deeply involved in shaping those ideas, which sometimes led to creative debates. But debates are normal in television. Every actor who cares about their character will push for what feels authentic. The difference was that this time, the timing of those discussions aligned perfectly with his short absence from filming, creating the illusion of conflict. Still, when emotions run high on a long-running show, even small disagreements can grow into big misunderstandings. Some sources hinted that Reardon was advocating for a slower, more character-driven arc, while producers were under pressure to keep the show fast-paced and network-friendly. They wanted more action. He wanted more heart. That's not a fight. That's passion. But on the internet, passion can easily look like chaos. To make matters worse, an entertainment blogger published an article claiming that a major fallout had forced the network to review casting contracts. It was pure speculation, but because it sounded official, it spread like wildfire. Fans began quoting it as fact, tagging the show's accounts and demanding answers. The story grew legs it never should have had. Soon, John Reardon fired someone turned into John Reardon got fired, and from there into John Reardon won't return for Season 8. It was a game of digital telephone, each retelling adding another twist. What people forgot was how close-knit the Hudson and Rex team has always been. John Reardon, Diesel's trainer Sherry Davis, and the core cast often describe the production as one big family. They've spent years working in harsh Newfoundland weather, shooting emotional scenes in freezing temperatures, and supporting each other through it all. There's loyalty behind that camera, the kind that doesn't just vanish overnight. A few weeks later, a production insider anonymously told a local entertainment site that the supposed fight was blown completely out of proportion. They said there was no firing, no meltdown, nothing like that. Just regular production stuff, creative talks, scheduling issues, the usual. But by then, the internet had already moved past facts. Once a narrative like this takes hold, truth becomes the quietest voice in the room. Ironically, the conflict rumors ended up generating more buzz for Season 8 than any official marketing campaign. Viewers who hadn't watched in years suddenly tuned in, curious to see if they could spot signs of tension. Every expression, every scene, every glance between characters was analyzed frame by fans looking for clues. The fiction of the rumor had merged with the fiction of the show itself, and people didn't care where the line was anymore. And through it all, John stayed the same. Calm, focused, professional. Those who worked with him said he never brought the chaos of social media onto the set. He continued filming, continued doing what he does best, being Charlie Hudson. The storm outside didn't touch the steady rhythm of his performance. That's the kind of professionalism you rarely see in the industry anymore. The ability to keep working even when the whole internet is trying to write your story for you. But even though the truth behind the alleged conflict was far simpler than the rumors made it seem, the damage was already done. The audience had tasted drama and they wanted more. They were no longer watching Hudson and Rex just for the cases. They were watching for the clues, the tension, the signs that maybe, just maybe, something was real behind the scenes. And as we'll uncover in the next section, that hunger for scandal would soon collide head-on with the truth. A truth that no one, not even the most loyal fan, expected to hear. Weeks turned into months, and the storm of rumors refused to die. Every day brought a new headline, a new exclusive claim, and a fresh wave of confusion. Fans were torn between hope and fear. Hope that John Reardon was still part of Hudson and Rex, and fear that the whispers were true. But behind all the noise, the truth was quietly taking shape. And when it finally surfaced, it revealed just how easily fiction can disguise itself as fact. The first hint came from an unexpected source. Not a journalist, not a leaker, but a small post from a local newspaper in Newfoundland. It mentioned that Hudson and Rex had wrapped filming for Season 8, and that all the main cast, including John Reardon, had completed their parts. No drama, no sudden exits, no firings. Just another successful season finished. The piece didn't make big headlines at first, but for fans who paid attention, it was the first real crack in the wall of rumors. If John was gone, how could he have finished filming? Then came a short behind-the-scenes clip posted by the show's official page. A warm, happy moment featuring John, Diesel, and crew members laughing between takes. It was ordinary, maybe even boring to casual viewers. But to loyal fans, it was proof that everything was fine. John wasn't fired. He wasn't missing. He was right there, smiling beside his four-legged co-star. The silence, it turned out, had only been because of filming schedules and contract clauses. The kind of legal and creative restrictions that keep actors from revealing too much before a season airs. When the truth began to settle in, so did the embarrassment. Many fans admitted they'd fallen for the rumors. The fight that had filled Reddit threads and YouTube thumbnails was nothing more than a misunderstanding mixed with bad timing. John's absence from certain scenes had been due to script adjustments. The showrunners had planned an emotional subplot that required less screen time for Hudson in the early episodes. Something meant to build suspense, not cause panic. But in a world where every pause feels like proof, that small creative choice had set off an internet wildfire. And what about the rumor that John had fired someone? Pure fiction. In reality, one of the assistant directors had stepped away from the project due to scheduling conflicts, and a new team member had joined mid-season. That minor shuffle was twisted online into John Reardon fired his team. The truth was the exact opposite. John had reportedly thanked the outgoing director publicly during a wrap dinner, praising their hard work. Yet no one talked about that part. Truth doesn't trend like scandal does. When Reardon finally spoke, he did it in his usual quiet, graceful way. During a short interview with a local outlet, he addressed the noise without ever sounding defensive. He simply said, "There's always a lot happening behind the scenes. But the best thing about this show is the people. We all care deeply about it, and that's what keeps us coming back." Just like that, the mystery dissolved. There were no fiery showdowns, no resignations,